Good afternoon, Unity family. This is Pastor Lindsay, and I am going to tell you a little bit more about our Maundy Thursday service this coming Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. On Maundy Thursday this year, we will continue to offer worship through video on our website. And on this particular occasion, we are going to be celebrating the sacrament of the Lord's Supper, and also known as communion. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit today about how you and your family might get ready to celebrate the sacrament of the Lord's Supper in your home. First, I want to invite you to find what you have in your own home. Pastor Susan and I want to emphasize that no one should go out into the grocery store just to get the elements for communion. We hope that you will find whatever you have on hand, even if it's not perfect, to be able to use to celebrate the sacrament together on Thursday night. In fact, Jesus used the bread of the people and the cup of the people, what was available on hand, to symbolize the things that he was saying on that Last Supper with his disciples. And so let's begin by thinking through what all you're going to need. First, you're going to need a plate and a couple cups and something to pour the juice or beverage into. And so you can use anything you have in your house. You can just use your regular plates and cups. You can use paper plates and paper cups if you want to go that route. Or Alex and I are going to take this as an opportunity to use plates and cups we don't normally get to use that often. So we are using our good china and our good china teacups. We are even going to use our good china creamer dispenser so we can pour that in there. You could just use your regular juice cups. Heck, you could even use a gravy boat to pour your juice in. Whatever you have on hand is fine. It does not need to be special or fancy. Next, I want to think about the bread. As I said, Jesus used the bread of the people. Jesus claimed he was the bread of life. And so anything that is sustaining you and sustaining life in your home during this time is acceptable to use as the bread for this sacrament. So if you happen to have tortillas on hand, that's a nice substitute. Here in the South, if you've got biscuits on hand, which we do, that's also a good substitute. Maybe if you just have crackers or cookies or anything like that, those are good too. I know many of us are baking bread. It's become very trendy during this time, and so some of us may be in the process of making bread and letting it rise and kneading it. And that could be a really fun project with your family if that's something that you want to do. We do have a couple of recipes on our website for you to bake bread with your family if that's an activity that you would find fun. But if that sounds super stressful, do not go and make yourself stressed out over this. We want you to use what you have and be creative. Find what you need. For your beverage, typically we use juice in our church. Some churches use wine. We do this because it is a symbol of Jesus as the vine, and so grapes are the fruit of the vine. But Jesus used the cup of life, the cup that was available to the people at the time, to symbolize the life-giving nature of Jesus to us. And so any beverage that is giving you life during this time is acceptable to use as a part of the sacrament. So if you happen to have grape juice on hand, kudos, you're good to go. If you have another kind of juice on hand, which we happen to have cranberry juice on hand, that is also great. Maybe apple juice, orange juice, any of those things. If you want to use this as a special occasion to celebrate with actual wine, that is also okay. Red, white wine, doesn't matter. That's a great alternative as well. If you don't really have any juice or wine available in your house, that's okay too. I got out actually some grape sparkling water that you could use. You could use regular water if you want. Any kind of beverage will be okay to use. And you'll just get all of these things ready and bring them to your worship station so that you're ready to celebrate with us at our worship service at 7 o'clock on Thursday night. This process has reminded me so much of St. Augustine, who argued that the people who officiated over the sacrament and the people who received the sacrament and the perfection of everything that happens when we do the sacrament, none of that makes the sacrament perfect. What makes it perfect is the Holy Spirit, which moves in the sacrament and which unites us as people with each other and with God. And so on Thursday night, I'm looking forward to seeing you and being united with you and with Christ through the Holy Spirit. I look forward to that night, and I hope you have a wonderful day.